Good day, I am here to talk about constructivism. Constructivism is the theory that says learners construct knowledge rather than just passively take in information. As people experience the world and reflect upon these experiences, they build their own representations and incorporate new information into their pre-existing knowledge. In the philosophy of mathematics, constructivism asserts that it is necessary to find or construct a specific example of a mathematical object in order to prove that an example exists. Constructivism is not new in education. This approach to education is widely applied to all sorts of disciplines because of its effectiveness in honing students' learning. As a theory, constructivism views that students construct their own learning through interactions and experiences in their natural environment and reflecting on these experiences. The constructivist approach emphasizes the crucial role of teacher-student interaction. Teachers are expected to set up an environment that encourages learning. The fear of failing should be eliminated in order to instill the idea that one can learn from their mistakes. A constructivist classroom is learner-centered. Students are active learner and not just recipient of information. The teacher facilitates and guides students to learning. On the other hand, traditional classroom is more on direct instruction and the teacher-centered. Students are passive learner and it's the teacher that directs and controls most of the learning activities. Basic tenets of constructivism. Tenet is a principle or belief or doctrine generally held to be true, so the following are basic beliefs or principles in constructivist teaching. Knowledge is actively created or invented by the child, not passively received from the environment. For example, teacher may use manipulatives such as improvised cone and cylinder for students to better understand why the volume of a cone is 1/3 or that circumscribing cylinder instead of just directly giving them the formula. 2. Children create new mathematical knowledge by reflecting on their physical and mental actions. Mathematical concepts are better comprehended when students find connections between new mathematical ideas and previously learned knowledge, thus creating meaningful learning. The steps in constructing mathematical proofs, for instance, can be utilized to understand important theorems in the number theory. Third, the number learning is a social process in which children grow into those intellectual life of those around them. Students learn mathematical ideas by social discourse, such as explanation, negotiation, sharing, and evaluation. For example, students interact with each other when they do problem solving as a group. This promotes socialization. 4. Learning mathematics is a sense-making activity. This is helping students study mathematical concepts and reflecting upon themselves how these concepts make sense. Teachers should encourage students to construct their own correct mathematical methods in problem solving. Teachers should not just rely on one correct way of answering a problem, but also entertain and verify students' unique way of solving a problem. 2 major goals of mathematics teaching in constructivist perspective. The first goal is students should develop mathematical structures that are more complex, abstract, and powerful than the ones they are currently possess, so that they are increasingly capable of solving a wide variety of meaningful problems. Students should become autonomous and self-motivated in their mathematical activity. They see themselves as learners whose responsibility is not only in completing a science task, but in making sense of and communicating about mathematics. What are learning activities support the theory of constructivism? The first is teacher functions. Since functions can be challenging, this practice can be truly aid kids in understanding fundamental ideas. Make set of instruction with 5 distinct functions on each page. To represent each fraction, students should make a pizza. For instance, using construction paper, or even the interior of an empty pizza box. For instance, if they had a quarter, they should spread a certain ingredient over 1/4 of the pizza. Second is the grocery contest. The teacher starts by setting up tin balls with various contents inside of them. They might consist of pencils, pieces of chalk, erasers, etc. Each of them is priced differently. For example, the pencil costs $1 and the scale is $10. Now the instructor separates each group of 5 students. There will be one competition per group. Each student receives a specific sum, let's say $50. Each person must now spend the entire budget on store purchases. The only restriction is that they can only choose 2 pencils that are alike. They can only choose, for instance, 2 pencils. The student who purchases the necessary products in the shortest amount of time wins. And there are many more learning activities that supports the constructivism theory. That's all. Thank you.